What's up, Ravens? On today's episode, we're bringing you coverage of state volleyball and cross-country action from the weekend and Monday night's talent show. For Isabel Lobby, I'm Candace Hayes, and this is ONW Now.
This month's ONW Theater Department will be presenting the musical Grease. Elena Gray has details for us.
This fall, ONW's Theater Department is putting on the musical of the century, Grease.
It's charming and it's cute and it's funny about just the way they portray high school. Basically, it's like a kind of a mockery of high school.
The actors in Grease have put in the time to make this production flawless, from hitting the high notes to choreographing the moves in the hit songs.
The hardest part about rehearsals is probably the dancing, because this is a really dance-heavy show and I'm not really much of a dancer.
With practice every day after school, the actors are getting excited for the premiere of the play on November 21st.
People should come to Grease because it's a very high-energy show. It's basically like a concert. It's song after dance after dance, and it's just fun numbers, and they're very memorable and they're very charming.
Students should come see the show because it's really fun, really high energy, and lots of good songs that everybody knows and loves.
Come out and see Grease on November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at 7 p.m. For ONW Now, now back to the desk.
Thank you, Elena, and good luck to the cast of Grease.
On Monday night, Project Grad hosted a talent show that featured our seniors and staff. Savannah Pumley attended the performance and has more.
This past Monday night at Olathe Northwest, students and faculty showed their talents at the Project Graduation Talent Show. Mr. Anderson was the host and even surprised us with his own talent. Mayor Copeland made a guest appearance as Dr. Post. The whole night was star-studded with other performances from the cast of Grease, senior football players, varsity dancers, and the most memorable being Mrs. Evers and Mrs. Hurd. Mrs. Evers explains why she participated.
So I believe in Project Graduation. It's a fun time, it's a good time, and that's why I wanted to participate, help raise money for it.
There was not a dull moment during the performances. It's hard to choose just one favorite.
Everybody brought so much to the show. Every act was wonderful.
The talent show was put on by Project Graduation, and they raised over $1,100. Project Grad would like to thank everyone that helped put the show on. The evening was fun, and ONW showcased many different talents. For ONW Now, this is Savannah Plumley. Back to the desk.
Looks like the show was a huge success. Thank you to the students and staff that participated in the event.
Last weekend, Northwest cross-country and volleyball teams headed off to state. Let's take it to game day to see how they did.
Got me down by the end of the song. Seem like the whole city go against me. Every time I'm in the street, I hear yak, 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 yak. Man down, where you from? Yo, where you from, my? Where your grandma stay, my? This mad city, I run my.
What's up, Ravens, and welcome to Game Day Northwest. For Sheldon Boyer, I'm Quinn Barkham.
Congratulations to ONW's varsity volleyball team for placing 4th at state. On Friday, the team defeated Wichita East and Wichita Northwest, advancing them to the Final Four, which took place on Saturday, where they lost to Blue Valley Northwest. The team finished 4th, which is the highest finish in ONW history. Maddie Schneider and Tori Carroll were named to the 6A All-State volleyball team.
Great job, Ravens. Friday night, the football team played Gardner Edgerton in our final game. Grant Nichols has the highlights.
Last Friday, the Olathe Northwest Ravens took on the Gardner Edgerton Trailblazers in the final football game of the season. Down 7-0 early, the Ravens would not stop as senior Cole Dahlquist would step back and find a marauding Manny Saihantis who would dart through the Gardner Edgerton defense on his way to the end zone, and the Ravens would tie the score at 7 apiece. The Ravens would strike again in the second quarter when Jack Hatzfeld would drop back and find Chase Gillen in the end zone as he falls down, and the Ravens were on the board again. The Raven offense would be bolstered in the second half by several great runs by running back Cody Sestrich. Here on the pitch, Sestrich takes it about 15 yards but lays down a monster stiff arm, and the Ravens were in business. The Ravens would tack on a couple of scores in the fourth quarter. The first one when Cole Dahlquist drops back and finds Chase Gillen, who makes the leaping grab and falls into the end zone. And the second touchdown of the fourth quarter coming when Cody Sestrich finishes off his season with a great touchdown run from about 8 yards out. The 28 points from the Ravens would not be enough to stop the Trayvon Wrench show, and the Ravens would drop the final game of the season and district 28-56.
Thanks, Grant. Cross country also competed at state this weekend. Sydney Mortensen attended the event and has the details.
The Olathe Northwest cross country team ended their season in the best way possible at the Kansas 6A State cross country meet. The competition took place at KU's Rimrock Farm Saturday morning. The Ravens sent the varsity girls team and junior Aaron Taylor as an individual runner to the competition.
State, I was able to be the first guy from Olathe Northwest in our school's history to place to earn a medal.
As if getting the state medal wasn't satisfying enough, Taylor scooped up another high honor.
I was able to break our school record, which was set by Lucas DeMont a couple years ago.
Taylor ran with a time of 16:40. The ladies placed 7th overall, falling 3 spots back from last year's finish.
The team just did outstanding. Placing 7th was a nice surprise. I was hoping to crack into the top 10, and getting all the way down to 7th was a nice finish to the season.
Sophomore Cameron Gelner was among one of the top runners coming into Saturday's race. Gelner secured a strong 11th place finish. Taylor motivated the rest of his team before their final race of the season.
Oh, one more thing. If you guys didn't do the name-y thingy for the course, I named the first mile Hakuna Matata. No worries.
All in all, the Raven Nation is proud of the team's efforts. For ONW Now, I'm Sydney Mortensen.
Thank you, Sydney, and congratulations to all of our fall sports players for a great season. For Quinn Barkeem, I'm Sheldon Boyer. Now, Isabel, back to you.
Every time I'm in the street, I hear yak, yak, yak.
Thanks, guys. The A&E BattleBots team has begun fundraising for their competition in the spring. Chloe Cowart has more.
Hey, Lynn, what kind of coffee you got there, buddy?
Watermelon coffee. It is transcendent.
Hey, that's cool. Maybe I can get a cup?
Why, yes, of course.
Where does one get this coffee, Lynn?
BattleBots is selling packages of the coffee. You can buy it from any member.
BattleBots?
BattleBots students will be selling their Guatemalan coffee all winter to raise money for their spring competition. Ask a BattleBots member or teacher for more information about purchasing a bag of this transcendent coffee.
If you're a coffee lover like me, be sure to buy a pack to support our Raven Robotics team.
Last weekend, we watched Submit the Documentary during Anti-Bullying Week at Olathe Northwest. Here is a submission from last year's Martin Luther King video competition about the injustice of silence. For more stories and latest updates on everything Raven, visit the Raven Daily website and follow us on Twitter at ONW_Raven Daily.
That's all we have for you on this week's edition of ONW Now. Tune in next week for the latest news at Olathe Northwest. For Isabel Lobby, I'm Candy Hayes. Thanks for watching, Ravens, and have a great week.